The people you meet are one of the great parts of cruising. But how do you meet them if you're a little on the shy side? And what about the friends you leave behind? Hi, I'm Carolyn Sherlock. Making and staying in touch with friends is today's topic on the Boat Galley podcast, the place for answers to your questions about the cruising lifestyle. Slow down. This episode of the Boat Galley podcast is sponsored by Rainman Watermakers and Seatask. Rainman Watermakers are capable of producing up to 37 gallons per hour of fresh, clean drinking water. Portable and installed models are available, all with off-the-shelf parts. Configurations are available in AC, 12-volt DC, and even a gasoline system, with new 2019 models being smaller, lighter, and quieter than ever. Seatask is the premier U.S. facility for Rainman Watermakers. Visit them at www.seataskgroup, that's SEATASKGROUP.com to learn more. Friends are both one of the best things about cruising and one of the worst. Best because you meet some really amazing people. Worst because many of us are shy and find it hard to start speaking to strangers. And then once we do make friends, we end up going different ways, and we have to start it all over again. If you've come from a close-knit group of friends in your shore life, moving aboard and being on the move can be one of the tougher aspects of the transition to cruiser. Add in the fact that so much about your new life is different. There's this huge learning curve. You're adjusting to spending 24/7 with whoever else is on board, and it can be tough. I have several suggestions for what has worked for me and various friends. First, let's talk about staying in contact with old friends and family. If you're still in your home country as you're making the transition, being able to just pick up the phone and chat with your old friends and family can help considerably. Unlimited cell phone plans are wonderful. If you're in the U.S. and over 55, check out T-Mobile's 55 Plus unlimited plans for great rates, including unlimited hotspot data. I put a link to an article I wrote about this plan in the show notes. There are also options for cheap international calling, and I have added a link also to my article on communications apps. When we started cruising in 2002, in Mexico, our only way to stay in touch with people was through email. In 2005, we got a cell phone in El Salvador that featured calls to the U.S. for 10 cents a minute. In other words, a 20-minute call to the U.S. for just $2. Dave loved being able to call his old work buddies, sailing friends, and his kids. He has a huge network of people he stays in contact with. When we went to the Bahamas in 2016, we knew there would be times that wouldn't have cell phone coverage, and therefore no data for online communications. So we got an inReach satellite tracker and text device. Among other things, you can text to any smartphone. Coupled with an unlimited data plan for about $50 a month, Dave was again able to stay in touch with his kids and friends no matter where we were. I've put a link to this device also in the show notes. Let's talk now about meeting new people. If you're an introvert, meeting new people can be almost painful. You may not like crowds or figure that everyone else seems to know each other, so why would they want to talk to you? Several new cruisers have told me they feel like more experienced cruisers are sort of cliquish. Everyone is talking to everyone, and no one even says hi to them. No, they really aren't that cliquish. They do want to meet you. The very nature of cruising is that many people are on the move, and there are others there who don't know anyone. They are also looking to meet people. The people who are local or seem to know others generally want to meet more people. I can't really say don't be shy, because if you are, you are. But I can give you some ways to break through. First is getting more comfortable. I have always felt that I was horrible at small talk. This, combined with a childhood speech impediment that took years of speech classes to correct, meant that unless I really had something to say to someone, I was reluctant to just step up and introduce myself and start chatting. One of the best things I did was to get a little book called How to Talk to Anyone, Read it and start putting the 92 lessons into practice. First half of the book, about 40 lessons, is gold for how to break the ice. No, my small talk skills aren't suddenly perfect, but I am much more confident and therefore more comfortable now. There's a link to that book in the show notes. Then, let's go on to work parties. While group activities such as potlucks or cocktail hours can be intimidating as just socializing, work parties such as cleanup days have a natural focus, making it easy to talk to others involved in the activity. And working together on a project naturally brings people together. When you hear the call for a beach cleanup, or even someone needing help with something you can do, maybe just a ride to shore or an extra hand to hold a wrench or a nut, pitch in and use it as a way to meet someone new. We met some of our best friends here in Boot Key Harbor when we had engine troubles and asked for help. Group activities. I know, I just said group activities could be hard, but volunteering to help with one, such as setting up tables for a potluck or organizing a horseshoe tournament, brings it back to working with others and gives you a natural focus for talk. How about taking a class? You'll often find classes being offered in and near anchorages and marinas. Yoga is always popular, but there may be short seminars on splicing, free diving, fishing, crafts, and more. If it's something you're interested in, you'll have something to talk about with the other participants. Find people with similar interests. Again, having a similar interest, whether it's playing dominoes, crafting, hiking, snorkeling, diving, spearfishing, it makes talk easier and friendships follow naturally. Notice who's doing the things you enjoy and contact them to do whatever it is. Chances are they'll love finding someone with similar interests. And what would you like to learn to do? Is there something you've always wanted to try or learn? Maybe beading, wire crimping, editing photos. Many cruising centers have a VHF net, so ask if there's someone who could teach you. Great way to make a friend. And then say yes. When you're invited to join others for cocktails, dinner at a local restaurant, group sightseeing, or whatever else, try to say yes. Now, your first impression of the other people may be that they're a little different. And obviously, use your own good sense for any security concerns. But seriously, some of our most treasured friends and truly wonderful people have been just a tad outside the mainstream, or maybe didn't come off that well when we first met them. Give them a chance to see how interesting they can be. And one of the very things that I love about cruising is getting to connect with people I never would have met otherwise. People from all over the world, all different religions, customs, appearances, and so on. My life is so much richer for saying yes. And then, if you've made people in all these other ways, when those big social events come up, you'll know a few people and feel like you belong. And then, as an insider, you can watch for people who are looking a little left out, and you can be the one to include them. Enjoy your cruising. Thanks for listening. If you like the show, please be sure to subscribe in your podcast app. Just search for the Boat Galley Podcast. And reviews are always appreciated. Until next time, then. Slow